Hey everyone, welcome back to Redbanditracing. Welcome back to the channel. We got the X-MAXX. We're still out here in Santee. We're gonna hit some jumps, but first, let's do a couple upgrades on the X-MAXX. We're gonna put the splined wheel hexes on because this is gonna help save some tires. I like the aluminum ones better. And we're gonna put the new GPM Cush drive shaft in, and I'll explain why we're doing this. All right, so this is part number 7756R. I got the red because I wanted to kind of match the blue. All you gotta do is pop these pins out carefully. Sometimes these are a little bit pain. Here we go, pop them off. That's it, take the new ones. Pop them on. Get your clip. Oh, there we go. That's it, do the front one. Ooh, good thing we have the mat. Plax ones do get stuck on there. Here we go. And that's it. That's as easy as they go on. Actually looks pretty cool red. And I'm gonna do that because I don't like the plastic ones. They tend to wear out and you don't want to ruin your wheels. I'm also gonna fix my wheels too, because I've noticed that the X-MAXX ones, they really get stuck on there. So I might grind those down a little bit so the wheels go on better. Now let's get that Cush drive shaft out. Now, Cush drive is right there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these 4 screws out. It does get stuck on there a little bit, so just pry it up. There we go. Oops. Pop that guy out. Now, go ahead and take out your spur gear and your input shaft. This is what we're gonna be upgrading. So let's go and get this taken apart. So we're going to take these apart, just like that. Take these pins out. I usually put them in order of which they came off. That way it's a little bit easier. Now we're going to take this guy off. Get that guy off. That's your Cush drive. I'm going to disassemble it just the way it came off. Push it down a little bit. Get that pin out. Then slide this off. Slide the bearing off. That's what we're going to be replacing. Alright, so as you can see, it's pretty much the same shaft. The only difference is they put a notch right here for this block. This block that's got a bearing in it, it's going to go like that. And this is going to sit on the other side of the motor, and I'm going to show you where that is. And it helps just to balance the shaft. The bearing back on. Put this assembly back on, just the way it came off. Put the pin in. Pull it up just like that. Put this bushing in there. Make sure it sits flat. This guy back on there. Now that's on there. Spur gear back on. Now we're going to put our other pin back in. Put our gear back on. Our bearing. Now it does come with, looks like a washer and a spacer, like an O-ring. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, there's no instructions for this. I don't know where those go. We'll see how much clearance there is and if we're gonna need to put that on. So let's go see how it fits. So let's just put it in and see how it fits. Let's try not to lose any of the bearings. Going this way. But that block right here is gonna be facing downwards. Okay, they'd be a little bit easier to take this motor out and do this. So I can figure out which way this is supposed to go in. All right, so I believe it's the opposite. It's the big end that goes down. So let's try that. It's gonna go in there just like that. Yeah, that's pretty obvious, guys. It's pretty obvious which side goes. Well, that's the problem with it, guys. Here's the instructions you get with GPM. So, I mean, you kind of guys just have to eyeball it and find out which way they go in, but that's why we do these videos also. So that's how it's gonna go in. There's no side-to-side play. So I'm not gonna use those spacers at all. It looks like we're gonna be good right there. And that's going to be pretty smooth. So just take the motor out to make it easy. Make sure your pins don't fall out. Make sure there's no rocks in there, nothing getting in your way. Just going to throw this cover back on. So if you guys can see right here, this is balancing it. So now this spur gear and the shaft is going to be balanced. It's not going to move around, especially on heavy impact. That's going to help stabilize it a lot. This is definitely a must upgrade. This, from what I hear, really helps to save your guys' mesh. That's an easy upgrade. That will be in the description. Check it out. I highly recommend that. All right, let's get this other tire on. Let's get out and see how this thing handles with the new spiral cut gears, the new GPM Cush drive shaft. Obviously the hubs aren't going to do anything, but also a hairline fractured the chassis. If you guys haven't seen that, right there. I don't think that's going to be a big deal. I think it's going to keep going. So let's get after it. All right, guys, the system jumped. See how this thing does. Remember, we have the earplugs in it, so this should be very lively. Yeah, I will say one thing. It's definitely louder, and I wonder if it's because of that GPM Cush drive shaft. I think it made the mesh a little tight, but I also think that the spur gear, some of the teeth are starting to get gnarled a little bit, so I might have to put in spur gear, and that's probably why it's also so loud. So we're just gonna keep ripping it and see how it does. Definitely needs a body, guys. Body's done.
Seems to have too much power.
Not enough. Well, yeah, maybe too much.
Well, yeah. Also, the ESC is cut out twice now. Something's up with the electronics in the X-MAXX, and what we replace just isn't it.
Ooh, gotta cut out again. I think it's got an ESC problem. God. Okay, so, wow, look at that. I put it down. That servo's done. Servo broke, car's cut out twice now, 2 or 3 times. Honestly, I just don't know what's going on anymore. Every time Traxxas sends me a part back, it actually works worse than when I sent it. So, guys, we're gonna have to put a hobby wing in this. we don't really have a choice. I'm getting tired of their ESCs. This did not have a problem cutting out until I put that new servo in the first time, Traxxas's 2085R. So that thing is really caused some problems. So I think we're just gonna have to get rid of the blue box. And then we have that other servo we're gonna put in later. We're gonna do that, get it good upgraded, and make sure everything else is working right before we go out and really bash this thing, because this is just as irritating as the Sledge was when we first got it, and it's just as irritating as the Creighton when we first got it. But we're gonna get it right just like we did with the Sledge, because as you notice, the Sledge is just a beast in a tank right now. So we're gonna get these cars up to par. Let's just get this stuff replaced, guys, and put a hobby wing in it. It's gonna have more power. Put that new servo that we got in it that we're gonna be doing a repair video next week, so that's gonna be coming out. So sorry we couldn't run this any harder for you guys, but we will get it right, and we will be bashing this hard. It will be in the RC class. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys like this video. See you in the next one.